Hello. What's good, y'all? Welcome back to Billy Go's Prophetic Vessel. It's your girl, Billy Go. And we got a message for you. All right. Welcome to your Capricorn and Chosen One channel. So let's get into these timeless messages. All right. And just to let you know, if I haven't said this recently, the Capricorn is for like wherever you have it in your chart. Okay. Oh, hold on. The Capricorn is for wherever you have it in your chart. Okay. Oh my gosh. Hold on. All right. That was uncomfortable. So, this message starts with like a download. Okay. Well, not even a download. I have several downloads and I had a dream. So, the title of this reading is a Spiritual Attack Attempt and Residue Leftover. Right? So, in this dream, um, there was a person that I used to know. Um, I no longer talk to, no longer, cool with, intentionally, have boundaries up with. And then there was someone who used to be, they used to work for a business, be a partner, and then something happened when they temporarily became boss. So when I was still at that company, I ended up working for them. It went from like a co-worker type of situation to like uh what you call like a it went from a co-worker situation to like a boss employee type of situation, right? Well, and both of these people are in the same organization. All right. Now, I no longer work for that company and I am no longer cool with the person that I saw in the dream. Right now, mind you, this is just significant and to let you know like things to consider when it comes to your own life. All right. So, factors here right now. There's an organization or some type of secret society or some type of, affiliation here. Oh, and I also want to say this too, because I forgot to say, I command in God's name all entities, parasites, evil monitoring spirits as cloaked and uncloaked be blocked by the death and return back to sentence and replaced with good, and so it is. Thank you. According to God, Yahweh, Yeshua Christ will, uncloaked, uncontaminated, uncompromised. All right. So back to the dream. So again, when it comes to this dream, the person that I am no longer the person that I am no longer cool with, they came up to me and bum rushed me in the dream, asking me to hold something that they had in a bag. Okay. Now, mind you, I didn't know what was in this backpack. I just saw them holding a black backpack, right? They came up to me. Hello, guys. Glad you could join. Um, so I didn't know what was in this backpack. They was just trying to get me to hold whatever was in it, right? Now, mind you, in the dream, I'm sitting at a table and I'm sitting with my family. And we're at like this restaurant. It was like a hotel, and in the hotel they had this uh like this bar, and this it's kind of like gives it was giving like a brunch type of place, right? And it's like hanging out with the fam, and all of a sudden I see this person that I recognize, which is the person that I'm no longer cool with, and they're running up to me asking me, "Hey, I need you to hold something," right? And I'm like, "No, like what like, what is this?" And at first, like they was just trying to give me the bag. I did touch the bag. But then I gave it back like, "No, I can't do this." And then it was like, "Hey, I'll just call you when I'm coming back to you." And then I said, "No, you don't even really have my number." Right? And so the person just walked, they took the bag and walked off. And then I asked them, I said, well, what's in the bag? What are you trying to get me to hold for you? And they said, it was something derogatory. Now listen, I do use words. But basically it wasn't anything serious. It was a trick. Okay. So basically the dream was to let me know, not just inform me, but to let me know that, hey, they're trying to it's like they was trying to set me up in the dream. Because remember, I said I was at a hotel in the dream. It was nice and comfy. I'm at a brunch type place with family. And that was a thing too, because you're not supposed to eat in your dream. But also that doesn't mean you can't be in a setting. You just have to be mindful of not eating in your dream, right? Or drinking anything, or having sex. And that was another thing too. So I will say this: what the person alluded to was in the bag had to deal with something sexual, which that was a whole like a bag of tricks. And grammar, don't come on my motherfucking platform telling me what the fuck to do. You can scroll. I'm gonna move my hands how I want to. Now, back to the dream. And so when it comes to me touching the bag, that's representation of the residue. Although I did not hold what was actually in the bag, I still touched like the remnants, right? So for some of you guys, you could have had a dream, now this could be past, present, or future information for you. This attack could have happened already, or you could be overcoming one, or something's, in the future related. However, be mindful. So the Holy Spirit like intervene or will be intervening. However, you guys will have some sort of residue that you will need to clear off. Okay. And it's kind of like letting you know that up front. Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm still working on that myself. Okay, because that's one of the things that the entities love to do. They love to try to um catch you off guard in your dream state because you're resting, right? And there are people who can instantly become conscious, and even those that are experts at becoming conscious in your dream, which is also referred to as lucid dreaming. Um, it may not always happen exactly when you want it to, right? Because truth be told, the entities are using the dark side period is using this high level demonic AI tech in the spirit realm to try to harvest off of your dreams, to try to trick you into certain situations so that they can trap certain soul fragments in different dimensions and locations and create clones and all the rest of these things and harvest off your energy. Oh, it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. So I will say that you can practice. It is something that you can practice. There was one time when I was talking to my guides. This happened, I think this was like a year or so my change ago, when I was like, I need to practice this. So I intentionally took a nap. I intentionally took a nap, and I started dreaming. And I was in this gym room, right? And we had mats. And there was a girl. So the gym teacher's like, okay, let's go. Let's get up. Let's put our mats away. And so got up to put my mat away. And there was this girl that started tugging on my mat. And I was about to fight the girl. However, I woke up. But the thing was that was my spirit team's way of trying to get, like, they was trying to shake me to become conscious, you know. But it takes practice. So just let your spirit team know, let the Holy Spirit know that that's something that you would like to practice, so that they can start doing different psychic dream games with you. okay, to help strengthen that area. Because everybody has, strengths and growing edges, but that doesn't mean your growing edges can't become strengths. All right. And so, um, back to the dream. Like I said, the people in my dream, one represented a career type thing, and the other one represented like a social life type family thing. Okay, so for some of you guys, when it comes to whoever this spiritual attack is coming from, and mind you, they could have been, the entities could have been cloaking in their energy, or those could be those could have been their actual energies. Okay, I'm just stating I'm just a messenger and stating what I saw in the dream so that you can apply the concept to your life, okay? When it comes to why you are experiencing in the physical what you're experiencing when it comes to this warfare, okay? So, for some of you guys, it could be someone dealing, that you work with, right? That could be attacking you or someone with them. All right. For some others of you, it could be, who you talk to or your love life, okay? That could be attacking you or working with a group, or organization, or got a group to or formed a group together. I heard like a group within a group in some cases. So be mindful, like for example, if an organization is well known, that doesn't necessarily mean everybody is in on what's happening, but that doesn't mean that they're not. So just to let you know, discernment. All right. And so with that being said, you guys are, and I was hearing that they're attempting to bind. Okay, they're attempting to bind themselves again to you. Like they don't want you to have what's for you. So like I was hearing, like if this is for those where this applies to as love, it's like if they can't have you, if they can't have like this wealth, if they can't have blessings with you, they don't want you with anybody else. And what was something else that came up was a pew pew bang bang, if you get my drift. In like two to three different ways. And in spirituality, we don't believe in coincidences, okay? They were informing me that these energies, and again, it doesn't just have to be love, it could be it could be platonic or romantic. That's love, right? For some of you guys, someone fires you from a company, or you left a company and this company is going down without your energy, and they're willing to do any and everything just to try to get you back, right? In some cases. And so with that being said, just know that, I mean, the choice is up to you, but this energy is really like, I don't want to say crazed, but also like, how dare you think about taking somebody's life? Or I'm hearing like, not them directly. It's like paying a hitman. So it's like they're trying to keep their hands clean. So in the dream, the person was trying to give me whatever was in their bag without telling me that whatever was in their bag was a trick, was harmful. It was going to be harmful to me, right? And so, and this was somebody that I know. Now, again, these doesn't have to be the actual people that's doing this when it comes to me. This is just representation. Oh, it could be. All right. So pay attention to representations as well. That was another download that I got too. Some of you guys are going to be celebrating something, and whether at a restaurant, or you throw a house party, a kickback, or you have a little get together somewhere, it's like they're going to bombard. Oh, I got something nice for you. And remember, in the dream, the significant factors is these are people that you know and that you have either worked with and or have had some sort of social life with, whether platonically and or romantically. And in the workplace, they are either a co-worker to you and or some type of subordinate of hierarchy, okay? Whether you are aware of who this is or not. And for some of you guys, it's several energies that are, they're not all working with those behind the veil. When I say behind the veil, because of course if you're doing this spiritual stuff, you're working with those behind the veil. But like dark galactic beings, dark intergalactic beings, there's a whole lot of different races when it comes to otherworldly beings, right? Or the ones who are on the demonic side, the dark side. They're in cahoots with them to, because so another part of what I was hearing was that I came out with a reading already stating that there's a particular like race that is, oh my gosh, be mindful of distractions, guys. Be mindful of things that's trying to prevent you from getting your messages out and stuff like that. Okay, that's trying to shut you up. Be mindful of that. That's not cool. And so with that being said, see, now I'm trying to remember my train of thought. Hold on. Dang, I can't stand when that happens. You know, negative energy travels through sound waves and shit like that. But anyways, so it's this group, right? For some of you guys, you're being targeted by like a group like working in cahoots. Oh, otherworldly beings, right? There's this dark otherworldly being group that's gotten together to challenge different like thrones and challenge the kingdom of hell as well. And I also mentioned that there is a illness, there's a spiritual virus that's purposely targeting people's bloodlines in the seen and unseen to basically eat y'all from the inside out, suck y'all dry from the inside out. That's the intention of the virus, all right? And that's a part of the reason why there's been so many deaths. It's just that spiritually, a lot of people don't know. Well, with all that being said, the dark side is looking for shelter, right? So you know the kingdom of hell, how they get things, they got to steal it. They got to steal it from God's kids who God blessed, right? And so, but I mean, no, they don't have to. They choose to do that. That doesn't make it right though. So what the enemy is doing is the enemy is trying to trick people into unions, into friendships, so that they can have a shield of covering, because it's like the kingdom of hell is scared that they about to lose people energies. You know, they about to lose and stuff like that, in a sense. Like, you know, so that they can keep ties to, I'm hearing like holy energy. Like, even if they don't consider it as such, like, what do you think you're stealing? You're stealing stuff from the kingdom of heaven, and God don't provide counterfeit type shit. You know? And so with that being said, it's like, so just be mindful of different people trying to sweet talk their way back into your life when God has already taken them out your life. Okay? Be mindful of people that practice the dark arts trying to give you stuff that has curses and hexes on it. Okay? Or love spells on it. That's still a, you know, because they want you back, or they want you to be with them and they don't want you with anybody else. Just be mindful, because all of this stuff, these are all downloads out. I'm just making sure I'm just getting this out. Okay? Because I know it's annoying. So there's this battle here, 3 of Pentacles in reverse. There's this battle going on here. I'm hearing the battle, War of the Worlds. War of the Worlds. The physical realm is just what you're used to, but you also have to see it with your third eye. Okay, it's giving Star Wars. Battle of the Thrones. 11:11, as I'm saying this. 8 of Wands in reverse. This hate here. Someone that you're either not speaking with, or they haven't told you how much they dislike you, because they're a coward. They're coming from a coward space, okay? Regardless if this is the energy that you work with. For a lot of you guys, when it comes to galactically, these are energies that you haven't spoke with before. You haven't spoken with in a long time. So what's their intention? If that's the case, what's their intention? Nine of Swords in reverse, Queen of Wands in reverse. Their intention is to get out of pain and suffering. Nine of Swords in reverse, with the Queen of Wands in reverse, and basically reign supreme. So it's like, so basically it's like you guys are up against the kingdom of hell, and you guys are also battling off this other dark galactic realm world that hasn't been seen in a while, talked about in a while, was cloaked for a while, was been watching the entire time. Okay, you guys also have stalkers. So I'm talking about galactic senses and how things are manifesting in the physical and things that's going on in the physical. I hope you guys can follow along. All right. Somebody's watching to see how much money you make, how much currency you have. And currency, not just in the form of paper money, currency also in the form of how you looking, what you your gifts, what you're able to do, what you're able to pump out, your wisdom, how you're learning. All of those things, all of these things are forms of currency. The kingdom of hell ain't trying to steal this shit for no reason. Come on. This is why it's important to know your worth. Okay? And what ends up happening is these entities, they prey on what they feel like is weak. So if you get with a friend, or you get with, and we all get attract an entity attachment, that doesn't necessarily mean you weak. However, like, they prey on your unhealed wounds, right? You know, if you have hard time saying no to something or someone, you know, oh, they have a hard time with infidelity. Let's put them in a situation where they can't say no, and then that's gonna make them sad, and then they won't pursue this, and yay, we'll reign supreme. So be mindful of setups. That doesn't make it okay if the kingdom of hell is pressing on someone's emotions like that, but also at the same time, that's why healing is so important. So the less likely that can happen. Okay, someone is watching you grow. They're watching you grow your money. They're watching you grow your currency. They're watching you just grow. Okay, and it's like they want to come. They want to come in with an offer. They want to come in with an apology. Okay. For some of you guys, so on a galactic sense, this other realm, or this other group that wants to challenge. So they know this other one. They know that the kingdom of hell wants to reign supreme over Earth. But it's, I guess, like they're challenging that. They're trying to walk them out or some shit. But they've been watching. They've been watching. Well, I mean, I don't know, because, you know, God is supreme. You feel me? God is all. And so if they trying to take this message away, and when I say that the negative energy is, I'm trying to say it. Oh, but don't take this offer. Well, on a galactic sense, this other dark realm that's trying to take this, your super, no, say what you're gonna say. Your superpowers are gonna need to be fully activated. All right, your superpowers are gonna need to be fully activated. All right, what do I mean by that? I mean, You're going to need to use your telekinesis. You're going to need to use your telepathy. You're going to need to use the gifts that God gave you, because it's gonna be something. It's gonna be something. It's gonna get very mystical. It's gonna get very fantasy like, which is real shit, right? So what do I mean by that? You guys have to start canceling out demonic contracts. That's another thing too. Another part of the reason why our lifespan is so short is because of different demonic contracts we don't know that we have entered through different means. And I talked about this before, but I'm gonna go a little bit deeper, just a little bit. Okay. Um, because if they feel like, oh, you have a contract to where anytime you use your gifts, we get to use some, you won't know the full extent of your gifts, right? We're supposed to be able to see into other realms and worlds with ease, not struggle. We're supposed to be able to use our gifts with ease, not struggle. So for a lot of you guys, um, the losses, see, they trying to steal from me right now as I'm talking. They trying to make it hard for you to get out the message. Understandable. Whatever. That's right. That's not really love. But anyways, so I'm hearing, okay, so I just heard galactically from this other realm. They've been a broken realm for a long time, and they're trying to recuperate, um, and they've been looking for the means to do it. And this dark realm feels like by running planet Earth, like they feel like they can do better. That's just what I'm getting. They feel like so they want to take over. So it's giving like the end of the world type movies. So just be mindful that that planet Earth and other realms is being targeted by this dark galactic force that hasn't been around for a long time, has been watching. The kingdom of hell is also running amok, right? Has been running amok for a long time when it comes to planet Earth, which is why you have to be mindful. Because going back to contracts, this is what has allowed the kingdom of hell to put bullshit in our water supply, to put bullshit in our food and our soil, right? Which is making it difficult to receive nutrients and such, right? Because they pull up, oh, well, when you use this app, you press that you was okay with the terms and conditions, and not knowing that the terms and conditions said something along the lines of, you give permission for us to taint your food or some shit like that, or phrased in a way where maybe you don't recognize that that's what that means, but that's what that means. So for a lot of you guys, you need to cancel. You need to start going through the process of going through your Akashic records and canceling out those contracts, okay? Because it's going to be very important that, I mean, for a lot of you guys, your gifts are already activated, but it's going to be very important that you're able to full on use them without demonic attachments, which it'll get a little bit tougher before it gets better, because I do have to put out a forewarning. When you go through the process of canceling out the contracts and so on and so forth, the dark side does not like that. And when I say the dark side, I'm talking about the kingdom of hell, because this is how this has been their food supply, their demonic systems. When you are unhooking yourself from their demonic grids in the spirit realm and all the rest of this stuff that they've been using to feed off people, soul fragments and all the rest of this stuff for centuries, they start bullying you. They start doing unfathomable things. Well, they've been doing unfathomable things, and that doesn't make it okay. However, one side has a light at the end of the tunnel. The other doesn't. So it's kind of like, if you're going to be like tortured or unhappy either way, which choice are you going to make? Which is not an easy choice, I'm going to be honest. Right? But one road leads to a lifetime of comfort. The other one leads to you got comfort barely, and it's limited and restricted, and it's disguised as comfort. I hope that makes sense. So they're wanting me to explain it like Avengers Infinity War. You know how Thanos, when he was trying to get all the stones, right? The Infinity Stones, and the Avengers themselves, because you know they a badass group together, but even they needed help as a team. So they started to approach the other galactic worldly beings, right? They went to, don't fuck me up, okay? Because I forgot the names. But you know, Groot and his people, they went to approach them and ask for help. They went to Wakanda and asked for help. They went to Doctor Strange and his team and asked for help. Right? So it's giving in a galactic sense, all the good and greats need to come together, not just in the spiritual realm, but in the physical realms too. Like you need to get your kids together in the physical realm. We are needing each other right now more than ever, right? More than ever. But also especially going working through this illness, this spiritual virus that's been taking over everything in disguise, right? I like to refer to this movie called The Hobbit, because in The Hobbit, one of the things that they are overcoming is a virus, a illness that was basically making the trees sick. It was making their plant life sick, everything, the grounds sick. Okay? And they had to go to war, and they had to fight, and they had to get other people's kingdoms to join in with them, because um the dark side had like 10,000 soldiers plus, right? So they going to different kingdoms. Hey, we need help to fight this war. Hey, we need help to fight this. Hey, we need help to fight this. Um, oh, and another thing too, so remember I was talking about this is the Battle of the Thrones. So in the Hobbit, in a part of the reason why they was going to war is because the dwarves reclaimed their throne. They reclaimed the throne that a dragon had claimed. His name was Smaug in the movie. Um, he had claimed that throne falsely, in a sense. And I say falsely because of how he went and did it. He didn't earn it. All right. So you have a lot of going back to false thrones. You have a lot of energies out here with these false thrones, and they over here trying to protect um they false thrones when it's not theirs to begin with. A lot of you guys, you got to strap the fuck up and take back your fucking throne, bro. Okay? A lot of y'all here are royalty. This is not your first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th time here. All right? And so it's like this is the process of what you're going to have to start going through. And mind you, this is just bits and pieces, okay? Canceling them contracts out so that you can start having more access fully to your gifts without having so much demonic interference that in some cases you don't even realize it's demonic interference because of all of the illusions that you got to uncover. What the dark side has been working with those in the physical realm that practice black magic. And even those that don't spiritually practice black magic knowingly, if they have any type of hate towards you, remember we saw the Five of Swords, if they have any type of jealousy, envy towards you, whether this is a family member, co-worker, boss, lover, it's like the entities are using them, pressing on their wounds for them to lie on you, for them to steal from you, from them to do any and everything. And then it's even worse if the person is spiritual and they practice the dark arts and they can use their clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience and stuff to communicate with the demons and the other dark galactic worldly beings. And they say, hey, we need you to buy this herb, buy these candles, and we need you to do this on this person. And we'll handle the stuff in the spirit realm. Oh, this is the type of stuff that's been going on, but people been asleep to it or they don't believe it. And hey, that's free will. Even God gives you free will to believe in him, right? But that don't mean that God is fake. But this is for entertainment purposes, right? And so when it comes to this war, because this is a war, right? And a lot of you guys, you're coming out of some type of struggle here, right? This is the Nine of Pentacles, and that's what they're watching. They're watching you grow. They're watching you come out of a struggle that they keep trying to like bait you in, put you in, because a lot of you guys, whether you realize this or not, you have been in you have been reclaiming a throne of yours. You've been reclaiming wealth of yours, and not just in the sense of currency, money, paper wise, but in the form of honor, in the form of like image, in the form of like being able to have certain rank in the spirit realm that with that energies hasn't been able to have in centuries, because of all of the muck and stuff that's been going on that in some cases we didn't know. Right? That's why that's why the truth is so scattered. And that's another thing too. God, so because I said this right before I turned on this recording. I said, guys, it's a lot of confusion. God is not the author of confusion. God is not the author of confusion at all. Okay, so this is why a lot of you guys feel like it's been hell, because it has been. You guys are reclaiming a throne, and you guys have these dark galactic beings in the spirit realm that's been working with those in the physical realm, in some cases groups, so secret societies, organizations that do this shit for fun, because this is how they've been living. This is how them and their bloodlines been living in the spirit realm, by stealing, right? This is how they've been eating, off stealing. And God is saying no more. But also at the same time, that doesn't mean they just finna let you just, so they're gonna try to bully you. So this is why for a lot of you guys, you've been going through significant loss. This is why you guys have been overcoming deaths in a lot of areas of your life. For some of you guys, because this is talking about spiritual slavery. All right, this all has to deal with spiritual slavery and getting out of spiritual slavery. And getting out of spiritual slavery is gonna involve you'll have what you need. So right now you will get what you need to navigate. There's gonna be another part of the war where you will need to revoke certain contracts, in order to fully unchain yourself from demonic spiritual slavery. So in the physical realm, you could be fully free, and in the spiritual realm too, and your bloodline as well. It's a deeper part of the valley that is uncharted. And when I tell you the warfare is great, it needs to be named something else, because it's greater than what we know to be warfare, because they have went to extreme lengths to make sure that you would never figure out how to leave spiritual slavery. And it's like they bully you on the way out. Because they bully you so bad to the point where you just want to give up. Okay, and spiritual slavery is no discrimination. Okay, meaning it's not just dedicated to a certain race. Okay, if you know, you know. And so these are energies and people in the spiritual realm, physical realm, that has been trying to keep you stuck still and stagnant by, attacking you, sneak attacking you, plotting against you. Three of Cups, cheat, and some cheating on you, trying to make you lose, trying to make you, so that they can keep and or gain access to a throne that doesn't belong to them. Okay, so going back to that other dark galactic world, um, God is saying that this don't belong to them either. I mean, they can challenge the kingdom of hell all they want. I mean, they could whoever want whatever, but hey, um, there what whoever this is, for you guys that you walked away from, they're not happy. They're unhappy. They're unhappy seeing you be, um, I heard poured into. So the divine is gonna pour into you, send people to pour into you, um, like you have poured into others, but you're leaving like these monitoring spirits, okay? Like it's like leaving these monitoring spirits that's been pocket watching you, that's been plotting on you and watching to see how they plots are unfolding on your life, right? Um, and the Nine of Pentacles too, with the Eight of Wands in reverse, is giving, whenever you get this abundance, or whenever you feel like you become financially stable, if you don't feel like that now, it's like, moving silence. It's like moving in silence, and in a sense, you may be able to separate too, because this Eight of Wands also can represent separation. Okay. For some of you guys, someone could be keeping quiet about what's going on when it comes to you being independent. And it's kind of like they're hoping that you're oh dang, it's like somebody's hoping that you walk away from wanting to be independent, or wanting to walk away from the idea of being fulfilling your dreams. Yeah, they evil. Oh, it's Chicago. Hey. But King of Pentacles in reverse. It's like they're manipulating your finances. They're manipulating your ability to have resources and have access to resources. Okay, that's the intention of their bags of tricks. Okay, so be mindful. Do not exchange anything with anybody at this time, unless you know that for sure. Unless you know they have really good intentions for you. Do not exchange. Do not. And that's the thing too with this spiritual illness. We was talking about the Hobbit. You need to be mindful of who you let cook for you. You need to be mindful of where you eat at this time. You need to be mindful of who you hugging. You need to be mindful of who hands you shaking. You need to be mindful of what terms and conditions you are agreeing to. You need to be mindful of what you are saying yes to. And is this a hassle? Hell yeah. And so just because they're using anything possible to keep certain demonic contracts open, to keep you in spiritual slavery, to keep you trapped in certain demonic grids and systems, so that you can't leave. But this is what these readings are for, so that you can become aware and start moving accordingly. All right. So there we go. So that you can start making decisions. Okay. They keep trying to manipulate your finances here. That's not okay. That's not okay at all. Hello, guys. Make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe if you're feeling these vibes. Okay. Oh, and just to let you guys know, if you are interested and want to add an oracle deck to your collection, this is by us, Dama Spiritual Guidance. Dama Spiritual Guidance is our other YouTube platform name. If you want to subscribe, you can. The link is in the description box. Those readings are timeless too. The link to purchase this deck is in the description box. This is a platonic and romantic oracle deck that will let you know what's going on in any situation you ask about. Of course, you make your own decisions. All right. If you would like to add another oracle deck to your collection, feel free to check it out. This is our other oracle deck created by us, Downward Spiritual Guidance. This is also a platonic and romantic deck too. We'll let you know what's going on in any kind of situation you got going on. Okay. Again, free will. And also, if you guys are looking for some journals, we have journals that's created by us, Downward Spiritual Guidance. Okay. The link to purchase these are in the description box. All right. It would be a good idea to start cloaking your energy from negative energies that's been monitoring you, okay, and what you're writing and what you're dreaming and so on and so forth, you know. So just letting you know, if you guys, you know, even if you don't buy my journals, right, if you're writing anything down or doing any type of work, you know, cloaking your energy is going to be very important. All right. And so on and so forth. So just to let you guys know. Let's see. I'll do those two. So basically everybody needs to come together of love and light, right? We need to, you know, because people are medicine. Oh yeah, people are medicine. So it's like this spiritual virus is trying to like take the medicine that God created you to be and the bloodline. So we have possessed a talisman to amplify positive vibes. Whether that's a crystal for you, hey, whether that's a crystal for you, a crucifix, a combination, you know, you can get you some herbs and pray over them as well. Just be mindful because certain energies like to do things. Happy Tuesday. And look at that. We got amethyst here. Psychic protection controls spiritual energies while dreaming, can help with insomnia and nightmares. So this energy here, Holy Spirit is saying, can help some of you while you are sleeping, so that, you know, when they try to come into your dreams and hijack them, you know, it can either offset it altogether or help ease the attack, so it's not so much of a blow. Okay. We have copycat in reverse, trying to be just like you in everything you do. So this is also what's been hidden from you guys, that these energies have been trying to copy off of you. I'm hearing like for some of you guys, if this has been like a job, it's like trying to use your work but not trying to keep you. So be mindful. Okay. Or trying to use your skills and not compensate you, or this is what's been a thing and maybe you didn't know but you're finding out. Okay, just be mindful of somebody trying to use your work and not give you credit. That's another thing, you know, trying to disguise themselves as being you when they not. Okay, all of that. And I'm hearing in this goes for both the physical and spiritual realm, because in the spiritual realm, if in the spiritual realm, if you get someone that doesn't have integrity or morality, it's like they're copying people's identity and cloaking themselves in it. So like a destiny swap, right? In a sense. Like, and this came out before cloaking in essence. So for that to come out again, they're still trying to cloak in your essence. For those that this applies for, they're still trying to cloak in your essence, to attract opportunities to them, because I'm hearing they don't see any other way. For that who, but not that makes it okay. All right, God will handle that. And another thing that came up to me too, another message that came through galactically is that they like the alien and otherworldly beings spiritually are trying to do like some sort of like kidnapping, like soul fragments of, you know, and so on and so forth. And so just be mindful of that, because like I've seen that spiritually, different people, you know, and it's more than just a soul retrieval. I'm kind of also getting more than just spiritually too, physically as well. And the thing is that it's a disguise. So like I was shown, they showed me like like this truck, Then they showed me another truck that looked identical. The truck, the truck looked like a truck that you wouldn't want to get in. The truck that looked identical to this truck, it said like for kids. It looked like bubbly, happy balloons and all the rest of this stuff, kitty like stuff was on it. It was a car service meant for kids though. But that's what they were telling me. That's how they gonna get. That's how they trying to get. And how I'm hearing in some cases have already gotten. Okay. So just be mindful. So they're hijacking safe spaces. They're hijacking spaces that's supposed to be safe, and they're cloaking as different energies that are supposed to be safe. Okay. So kind of like how you'll see, like if you're on social media or you're on the news and these news reporters are saying, hey, these kidnappers are looking just like us now. They're looking just like when they're making a report about, hey, this kid was da 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 da, they were taken, or you know, and then in some cases from someone who was almost abducted, when they're talking about it, they're like, yeah, the person was they look just like us, right? They didn't have any, dirt on them. They didn't have any, their car looked just like mine. They're da 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 da, right? So just be mindful. Okay, be mindful because it's like, well, this is what these readings are for, to let you know what's going on with current events in the spiritual and physical realm, and how things going on in the spiritual realm is manifesting in the physical realm. Okay, so it's like they trying to copy you, trying to be you, and it's like I'm hearing in some cases trying to take you so that they can be you and do what they want to do as like a clone version of you, or whatever the case may be, without you squealing, without you telling, or without you being in the way. Woo! Your closest friends hold grudges against you. Okay, and this came out in reverse. So, um, this is given that in some cases you may not know, and that came out too for some of you guys. You may not know all who feel this way or been doing all this shit behind your back. Okay. Final messages. Oh, and if you was thinking about it earlier, confirmation. Some of those was probably downloads that you were getting, that because downloads, like especially when you're like becoming aware of what downloads are and how you get them, they can be mistaken as thoughts. Oh, and be mindful of that too. I'm gonna say this in almost any video that I can. They're stealing downloads and prayers. Okay, they're stealing downloads and prayers. Oh, and they're doing root work too. Okay, they're still doing root work. I got that message today, and I'm like, oh my gosh, again. So again, they're trying to keep you stuck, still, and stagnant. Okay, so because when you are not in your purpose, when you are not using your gifts, it's more easy for them to be you. It's more easy for them to embody themselves in your energy. All right, and they're trying to be in this, sweetheart type of energy, regardless of gender, right? This soft energy. It's like they want this soft life without having to earn it. Remember, we was talking about the battle of the thrones, and these energies, they want these thrones without having to really earn it. But they want to challenge you. But they want to be you. But they don't want to go through the warfare that you go through to have what you have. That's food. Okay, so it's like at this time as well, being grounded as much as you can is being suggested. Easier said than done if you feel like you're constantly being under spiritual attack and you've had enough. Because, man, I was crying today. I was crying. I was crying, honey. I was hurting. I was tired. Shit. This warfare ain't easy. All right? Hell. And I was crying, baby. I was telling God, because I don't care how I'm motherfucking feeling. I talk to God all the fucking time. That's my daddy. And so I was telling God, I was like, even chosen ones need love too. And basically what I meant by that was like, not in a sense of like God don't love chosen ones, because of course he loves chosen ones. We very favored and anointed. Also at the same time, the level of warfare, you know, and rank can make you feel like, you know, like, dang, I know I'm strong. I'm tired of always having to be strong, you know, or, you know, if you spiritually rank, you've gone through your fair share of initiations because of the warfare. It's like, dang, you know, I know I'm ranked. Also at the same time, like, that don't mean I don't need help. That don't mean chosen ones don't need, you know, and not that you don't have spiritual assistance, because you can have all the spiritual assistance you can have all the spiritual assistance in the world. Also at the same time, it's like when you're having a physical experience, it's like, okay, I also need physical shit too. I need a balance, right? Speaking of balance, being grounded, you know. And for some of you guys, you may feel like you haven't had that balance, right? You may feel like you haven't like been able to have that. Well, the Holy Spirit is saying that he recognizes that, because if I'm a part of the collective, right? So this is a part of the reasons why I share some of these things, because this is part of the fucking healing process. And it don't look pretty all the goddamn time. Queen of Cups, okay? This is about your soft life. This is about your soft life, regardless of what gender you are. I don't care how masculine you are. This is about your soft life, okay? This is about you being able to kick your feet up, okay? And see, they're trying to interrupt that soft life by violating you. So for a lot of you guys, you may not be aware that you are a part of a sexual trafficking grid, which is called a molestation grid. All right? A hive mind. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. You need to detach from that. But in order to start detaching from that, you have to start canceling out those demonic agreements and contracts, and healing different past life karma and so on and so forth. And although that sounds like, oh, all right, let's get it, baby. You think you going through warfare now? It's not funny. Well, baby, whoo, you start I'm like, oh, you canceling out stuff and I was able to eat off that? Oh no, how dare you? Boo, 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 boo. That's how I feel like, baby. And it be making you want to like just get up sometimes. In some cases, some of y'all going through that now. We breaking certain curses that certain entities was able to benefit off of. And this is a part of the reason why you experience a certain warfare. But also at the same time, you having stupid painful periods. You bleeding super duper duper heavy. You got cramps galore. Now listen, it's for entertainment purposes. Spiritually speaking, I'm talking in spiritual terms here. Spiritual rape and spiritual molestation can potentially cause the physical end result of because when you have spiritual, let me tell you what happens when you are spiritually raped and spiritually molested. When you are being spiritually raped and spiritually molested, they are inserting implants and hooks and entities, parasites in you. All right. And um because of the layers and layers and layers of like trauma and past life gunk, our bodies have become very obsolete. But also at the same time, because of different demonic contracts that have been made and forgotten in past lives and made in this lifetime unknowingly or whatever the case may be, gifts are being, have been stripped and so on and so forth. So that makes it even more harder to figure out what's going on. Well, it's a part of the reason why I'm here to tell you that the spiritual rape and spiritual molestation is occurring. And when they're doing this, this can also manifest in the form of an STD. All right. Most people don't know chlamydia, gonorrhea, and other forms of STDs is basically another way of saying, oh, you have a spiritual entity attachment infestation in your sacral chakra. Remember, I'm talking about spiritual terms here. So, in the physical realm, they give you some pills or whatever they suggest for you. If you were to take care of this in the spiritual realm, then you would have a psychic surgery to remove the hexes and curses, to remove the entities that's attached to the genital area, and that's causing the discomfort, any smells, any uh stinging, or whatever the case may be. Remember, I'm speaking in spiritual terms because I can. Speaking of which, if y'all ain't know, I'm an ordained minister. I'm a certified spiritual life coach. I'm a certified metaphysical practitioner. I'm a mental health therapist. This is not counseling. This is for entertainment purposes. I am a tarot reader. I am a certified Reiki practitioner. I am also an Akashic record reader, clearer, psychic surgeon. If you would like any services from me in the future, I'm not taking new clients now, but you can send an email and I can put your name on a waiting list and reach out when I am. All right? Well, don't wait on me for your healing, but just to let you know. Okay? And so when it comes to this, this is just one of the ways they've been doing. Okay, so one of the ways that they inject these spirits and parasites and hooks and stuff is through actual sex spiritually. So you may have a entity that will insert themselves. All right. They may disguise themselves, so they may come into your dream disguised as someone that you know, and insert themselves. All right. That doesn't make it okay. I'm just letting you know the different ways that this can happen and has happened for not only myself, yet others. Um, the entity and or evil spirit will insert themselves. So for example, I had an evil ancestor that was taking advantage of me spiritually. That was one of the energies. I had another energy from an ancient past life. I had made some vows and promises I needed to revoke, and they were using that contract as a contract to say that they could be attached to me, or attached to they could be around me, that was the doorway that they were using, and I didn't know it at the time, and I didn't know how. And so um I say all that to say they were spiritually raping and molesting me. And I also say this to say that I'm not the only one that has vows and promises to revoke, and I'm not the only one that has these spirit spouses from past lifetimes that's still trying to keep claim and tabs on you, because that energy was also trying to cause me losses because they felt like I owed them, because they were jealous. They didn't want me to move on with anybody else or have abundance. So, but that I'm not the only one that's dealing with that. I'm sharing my experiences because again, I came here to be a form of a medicine to the collective. So a lot of the experiences I go through, I'm not the only one going through them. So as I'm figuring out things, I'm bringing the knowledge to you guys. You feel me? Clock it. So this is the spiritual shadow work that some of you guys are needing to do. Okay? Easier said than done. And so also too, some of the ones that was doing I had a friend who sold me out to the devil himself, and um allowed other energies to sex traffic me spiritually. So they would come astral travel to me and rape me and so on and so forth spiritually. I'm not the only one that this has happened to. But the thing is that because my gifts are the way that they are, and others may have some sort of challenges and difficulties, I'm letting you guys know what it is. And even if you guys have been experiencing this and you feel like you can't talk to anybody because you don't know who else would experience this or have a safe space, hey, this is over here. Oh, listen, and this is where it counts. This is where being a chosen one and being the soldier of the Lord counts. You have to do your assignment and your mission, regardless of who thinks you're crazy, of who thinks or who says what. Right? Remember, Noah's Ark. And I have to give myself motherfucking pep talks, bro. I have to remember, I have to tell myself, look, remember Noah's Ark? Remember how Noah was trying to tell people about what God was saying about the flood coming and why he was even building that boat, and motherfuckers made fun of him, motherfuckers, right? What if he listened to them? What if he listened? There wouldn't have been no ark. There wouldn't have been, he wouldn't have been able to take those animals. There wouldn't have been no repopulation, right? If he didn't listen to God's orders, if he didn't follow the assignments, if he listened to people calling him crazy and a lunatic, right? For some of you guys, that's what you're having to do. That's what you're needing to do with your divine mission and assignment. You have people, family, friends that's out here calling you crazy, for believing God or listening to God and taking you on a journey that may be unfamiliar to them. It's unfamiliar to you, but you stepping out on fucking faith. You doing shit that they ain't never done. Let me tell you something. You got to be mindful of who you listening to. Three of Pentacles in reverse. You got to be mindful of who you listening to. And unfortunately, that counts as family too, that may not have gone where you're going or may not have taken the risk that you're taking or need to take. However, may get you to where God is trying to take you to. Easier said than done, especially if you've already been going through it. Okay? Because this is serious. This is serious. This has been fucking up people's bloodlines. And now there's a spiritual virus that's just trying to take a bloodline out single-handedly. And not just in this realm. And so with that being said, we are needing to come together, the love and light, so that we can handle this single-handedly. Okay? But just be mindful. Be mindful. Okay? Yep. Vampire energy. So I wasn't gonna say it, but I'm gonna say what came to me, the psychic cord. So the Holy Spirit wanted me to really harp on this. A reason why. So, like, for example, I can feel when psychic cords are being inserted. I can feel it. It's annoying, but I can feel. But I mean, it's like a blessing and a because it doesn't feel good. Also, it is an indicator like, hey, somebody's trying to siphon off of you. So when I feel a psychic cord being inserted, if I'm playing a game, they'll try to make me lose so they can take some of the energy off the game. A lot of you guys, and I've been a gamer for a while. I haven't played hardcore in a minute, but and I didn't know that was even a thing. Okay? But I'm letting you guys know because it is. I could be singing a song. If I feel, and I can feel a chord either already being inserted and I didn't feel it before, or haven't done a clearing, and they'll start sucking on my voice, and I can start hearing the tune change. Okay, there'll be times where I'll do a clearing, and all of my gifts will come. It'll start functioning at a higher function. I'm able to see grids clearly. I can see the spirits. I can see stuff, motherfuckers sitting down or being around and shit like that. And then here come a chord, suck. And then all of a sudden, now I can't see the grids. Or now it's harder to. Right, now I can't see. I was seeing energies energies outside my house. As soon as I start trying to peep, I felt the cord tugging, siphoning. Thank you, Holy Spirit, siphoning. Understandable. There needs to be and absolutely, and the Holy Spirit can definitely remove things and so on and so forth, but also at the same time, they're wanting you guys to learn the deeper ways of how to mitigate this, which you guys will learn. Okay, but just to let you guys know, at this time, there is a strong need to protect your currency at this time. Okay, and in fact, I think I'm gonna do a wish to call it, just to really harp and expound on that. Okay, because like they keep trying to keep Mug sick. They keep trying to, in order to. My email is in the description box. So if you like, click maybe on the side of this video, you should be able to see it. Like you have to scroll, but you should be able to see it. DawnSpiritualGuidance@gmail.com. And so, yeah, letting go, because this is, we need a detachment, a full detachment from curses, hexes, spiritual change, spiritual slavery, letting go of all of this completely. And in order to let go of the illnesses, the conflicts, and all the rest of that, this process has to be done. Okay, we have 5D in reverse. It says ascending to the 5D consciousness, coming out of the matrix, transformation, here in the call, illusion exposed. Yep. And how they was trying to keep you staying stuck, and how they was trying to keep you sleep all these centuries and this lifetime, how they was trying to keep you from being in your purpose, and all the rest of this, and the lengths that they went to keeping you away from your divine union, and in some cases fucking it up completely to the point where you can't, God got to give you somebody new in some cases. All right, so it looks like you guys are going to be coming into a union for those that this applies to. Okay, hey, this energy is going to be disciplined, my Capricorns. Okay, a more evolved energy that has earned their divine title, like you have earned your divine title. Okay, absolutely. Oh, Capricorn, Cancerian, and Leo energies. So this could be the energy that you will be dealing with, and or just how you will feel in general. You'll feel like the energy is disciplined, like a Capricorn, very loyal, like a Leo, very soft, like a Cancerian. Okay, so, but that's what you guys deserve, especially after going through all of this shit. All right, so, and for some of you guys, it's important that you guys are going to be coming to these unions and these soul tribes, because you guys are going to be fighting, like fighting as far as like coming out of this warfare, this plague, and entering this soft life. Okay. All right, guys. So that's what I have for you guys. Thank you all for your love and support. It is truly, truly appreciated. And always remember, you make your own decisions.